This is a Sports Catastrophe production.
Hey there, Heather, ho there, it's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome to the Sports Catastrophe Birthday Boy. And the birthday boy for today, September the 23rd, is a golfer who made one of the greatest winning shots in Masters history in a playoff. And he plays on the Champions Tour nowadays. He's 65, so he's a senior citizen in Canadian currency, if you will. But anyway, this guy actually is an icon. And only won one major, that major. His name is Larry Mize. Larry Mize is now 65. He was born in Augusta, Georgia, and actually was a scoreboard operator on one of the holes during the Masters tournament and all that. So that was pretty cool. He went to Georgia Tech to play golf and then turned pro in 1980 at the age of 22. And for 20 straight seasons, from 1982 to 2001, he made the top 125 on the money list, meaning that he was allowed to play on the PGA Tour and retain his membership. He would win the 1983 Danny Thomas Memphis Classic and would also lose a nail-biting playoff to Greg Norman at the Kemper in '86. But Larry Mize won twice on the PGA Tour. 93 at the Northern Telecom Open and 93 at the Buick Open. Playing for the U.S. in the Ryder Cup in 1987. However, his biggest win on the golf tour was 1987 at the Masters. After all 4 rounds were done, it was a 3-way playoff between Mize, Seve Ballesteros, and Greg Norman. So 3 nations, US, Spain, and Australia, being represented. Seve was eliminated after missing a 5-footer for par, which would have carried over. On the next playoff hole, the par 4 11, Mize's second shot landed well to the right of the green. So Mize had a tough angle to get up and down to save par, possibly. Meanwhile, Greg Norman had a lengthy birdie putt. But because Larry Mize, of course, was more away from the hole than Norman shot, he would go first. So anyway, he used his sand wedge from 140 feet away, or roughly 46 yards. His chip shot bounced a couple times, and it landed in the hole, which was one of the most shocking finishes to a Masters in history. Still is to this day. How about that play? Words do not do justice to the greatness of that shot, said Ben Wright of CBS. And Norman actually did have a chance to putt for birdie to tie, but he failed. And Larry Mize won the Masters, becoming the only player, as of right now, to be from Augusta, Georgia, and winning the tournament that cements his home state's reputation. He actually took 4th at the U.S. Open in June, which was pretty impressive. He was in the top 10 for world rankings, but fell out later. But anyway, yeah, it was shocking how Larry Mize did that great Masters chip and all that, and ruined Greg Norman. Greg Norman, by contrast, in 1986 had a lead in a 54-hole or 3-round lead, if you will. Lead after the 3rd round of every major in 1986, only winning the British Open. Anyway, Mize and Coca-Cola sponsored a charity golf tournament at the Atlanta Athletic Club to benefit cystic fibrosis. Mize has a wife and 3 sons, and has played in 39 consecutive Masters. Of course, when you win the Masters, you get a lifetime invitation. So yeah, so he won 4 times on the PGA Tour. The Danny Thomas event in '83, the Masters in '87, the Northern Telecom '93, and the Buick in '93. So anyway, it was just amazing what he could do at the Masters. But it wasn't his only top 10 at a major. He had 6 top 10s, including 3 at the Masters. So yeah, so he did okay. And all that. Larry Mize he wasn't miserly. He was just a very good golfer with a very good shot. That's still one of the Masters' defining moments. Almost 4 decades after it happened. And man, was that a great shot. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do